Hey there! Today I received the Garmin D2 Charlie and I want to tell you why I think this watch is better than this one, the D2 Bravo. Quick review, I've used it only one day and I'll tell you what I think. I may have some frustrations later when I use it a little bit more and then I may report those findings later. So generally speaking, the D2 Charlie is a lot more snappy. It has more options, more processing power, more storage. The software feels more advanced. The menus are more organized. You have the activity menu now with favorites at the top and with normal apps at the bottom. They added a navigate, a track me and a map activity, which I think is an improvement. Also there is the light menu or the power menu, which is also nicer. You can create more shortcuts now. Before you had only the direct to and the nearest button. Now you also can use any button with the long press as a shortcut, and you can have a double key, which is the start and another key together. So that would be 7 different shortcuts available. Very nice. Another thing is that it's easier to customize watch faces. You can have a selection of watch faces readily available and customize each of them. So that makes it very easy to swap a watch face for another. And that's not even talking about the Connect IQ watch faces. Talking about Connect IQ, the D2 Charlie is now available with version 2 of Connect IQ. That means more innovation on the apps that you can download from the marketplace of Garmin. Also, the Connect IQ watch faces version 2 now have second hand all the time, as opposed to only updating once a minute. A couple more things. There's now a heart rate sensor, so this works really well, and you can track on the watch or on your phone your heart rate, and it records basically every second what your heart rate is. So you can track that over time. Very nice. It's quite easy to swap bands. You just click here and that's it. It just takes half a second, so it's much nicer if you need to change from brown to black to go with however you're wearing. And the cable is now a little bit different. As you can see, you plug it like this. There's nothing very special. Now, when it comes to the aviation part, is this a good aviation watch? And there's a number of improvements. This watch, the D2 Charlie, has been designed with aviation in mind, completely. There's a moving map that is fully detailed, not only with civil stuff like roads, countries, oceans, cities, but also with aviation stuff. It will display on the map airports, VORs, navigate like IFR intersections, so it's pretty awesome. All this information, talking about the airports, the VORs and the navigate, you can select going to the flight planning menu, and you can select direct to, next rad if you have internet connectivity. So this is the weather radar, show on the map, of course, general information, like the name, the time zone, the elevation, the distance, the bearing from your position. Frequencies like the ATIS, the tower and the approach frequencies. Information about the runways, the runway numbers, the length, the width and the surface, and also METAR and TAF information, also if you have internet connectivity. So internet is only required for METAR, TAF and NextRad. Otherwise, it's already in the watch, so that's pretty awesome. And you can create a flight plan based on these points. So airport, VORs, navigate, and also custom waypoints. Also, you have access to map waypoints, talking about the normal map, like fuel stations, grocery stores, police departments, whatever it may be that's on the normal map, you also have access to that. It's pretty awesome. Not easy to select, not easy to find. But once you have the waypoint, you can use it to create a flight plan. Now, another really great feature, as advertised by Garmin, is the NextRad, which is the radar. Let's see if I have a picture here. No. So the NextRad is one of the really good features that's advertised by Garmin. Unfortunately, it does not really work as well as I hoped. That's because it will download a squared area that's around the position you're in. But if you're at the limit between two squares, then you only get one square display. So you only get half of the view, and that's only if it works. So sometimes it just doesn't display any information at all. It's just gray. So let's say, let's say that NextRad is a good improvement. It doesn't work as well as imagined just yet. Hopefully in the future there will be improvements that make it work better. So just to show you how the NextRad weather radar works on the watch, first of all I check on the Garmin Pilot app where there are some clouds, and I can see that there's some clouds right there. So I'm going to focus on that, and the airport here is Lima Kilo Kilo Victor. So I input this on the watch, it finds it, and I can then select NextRad. So it starts loading, and I expect the same kind of visual here. Some red in the middle, some yellow and green, and transparent color when there's no clouds. But instead, and after a while loading, it's really long. So I don't know if it's really usable in flight. It's really long. Still loading. There you go. So now we get the airport, and well, we get something. But see these squares I'm talking about? You have this square area, and if you're near a border of this square, then you have information only from the one square you're in. So in my case, if I want to see what's west of this position, well, I can't. And actually, what's the gray? I don't understand what this gray means. Does it mean there's no data? Does it mean it's okay weather? Not clear. So for me, this is not a success. It does not really look like this one there. So I'm not sure why actually. But for me, it's not working great. On the other hand, the METAR TAF works really nice if you give it enough time to load. There you go. Works nice. You have normally TAF and METAR, but this airport does not have any TAF. So that's all for the aviation stuff, but there's more regarding Garmin Pilot. There's three things. First of all, the Bluetooth sometimes fails. It did not with the D2 Bravo, but now it does with the D2 Charlie. So I guess this will be a bug that will be fixed in the future by Garmin. Now if you can always send a flight plan to your watch if the Bluetooth works, but now the flight plan change is automatic. So if you change a flight plan on the iPad, you make amendment to your flight plan, this can be transmitted automatically to the watch. That's a setting in Garmin Pilot that you activate, and it's done. And the last thing is that the watch is able to send GPS information, so basically your location, the watch location, to the iPad as a source of GPS, which before you had to rely either on your internal iPad GPS or on a secondary GPS system. So as a conclusion, I can really recommend this watch. It's not only a very good smartwatch with good improvements from the D2 Bravo, like the heart rate sensor, the better menus, and the better way to create watch faces, for example, but also it's such an improvement when it comes to the aviation stuff. With the moving map, with information about airports, and the way it's organized, it's also much easier to use. So because of all these features, I would totally recommend to buy this watch. And you may have to sell this one to afford the 700 that are asked by Garmin. But I think it's a good investment, so thanks for watching.